If animals could talk, who be the racist one?
Damn monkeys. Fucking monkeys. Fucking monkeys, man. Throw shit at you. Just, I don't know, monkeys. Look, y'all saw.
Jobber Nation, welcome to another episode of the Jobbertears podcast. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and our newest referee, Mr. Black, is in the building. Before we get started and talk about some wrestling, we do want to thank, on behalf of Battle Club Pro, we would love to thank everyone that came out last night for Women Crush Wednesday 2. It was definitely a sight to see everybody coming out on a Wednesday night. So we do appreciate everybody that came out and supported the girls and supported, of course, the guys as well on the pre-show. But if you weren't there, then you, of course, saw all the pictures of us being... Yo, we totally did not mean to bury the match. And I didn't realize until halfway through. I was like, oh, shit. We should be cheering for the girls, not for this nigga. But of course, 1/3 of the Jobbertears podcast is officially a referee. He debuted last night. How do you feel? Let the viewers and listeners know.
It was a great experience, man.
Talk about it from top to bottom. Talk about how you were asked to...
It was like I found in the group chat. I don't be knowing nothing. I don't be knowing.
Well, then it's a lesson learned because we have a group chat and your ass be like, wait, this wasn't said, and we be like, yes, it was. We've been saying that for years. We'll put important shit in a group chat, and this nigga be like, y'all didn't tell me that.
Oh man,
yes, we did.
We have a whole group chat with John South. I go in and out of it. I take a day. I read up like, oh man, it be drama, it be hilarious. Like, I be watching y'all in the Y'all be watching the Flash at the WD events. I'm like, oh, yeah, in 2005 right now. And the way I be talking about it, it's like nothing
yeah, that's
is,
Montana.
I love it. So it was great. It was a great experience. It's just, I love this shit. I want to do this for the first time in my life. I didn't know I wanted to do this shit until it happens. Like, I be training with everybody. It's like, it's
how's training? Shout out to the Fallout Shelter that showed out last night.
Yo, listen, training, if you're looking for a good place to train with a good, like, atmosphere and you feel like comfortable, the Fallout Shelter, dogs. And like there's people from every race that's there, and it's great. Being a ref is, I love it.
Like, yeah, Tony Khan's little cousins is that Fallout too, huh?
What? We got two of them.
There's a kid. His last name is Khan.
Yeah.
So I didn't know until last night because Joe came over and was like, he got 3 tickets, so just hold it under his name. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, but when I saw Khan, I was like, yeah, this Tony Khan, little cousin.
You got cool about like how that nigga got buddy. Because he's the only one like the elites wrestling and shoes, the Nike ones, the really expensive. He got those.
Those are technically boxing shoes. So yeah. So they're like $200.
Yes. Yeah, yes. He's the freshest one with those on. It was white and gold, the freshest one.
Nike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's always talking about shit is fire, boy.
Fire.
What shoes do you wear when you train?
I gotta get new ones. I have Asics, but they're too tight.
I wear Adidas.
And Asics are cut way too tight. Yeah. I have to get another pair of Nike. I just haven't had the time to get them. I broke into them. They broke it into, but I should have want to size up.
Yeah, you gotta get size up. Yeah. Like,
see, little tips for those that are trying to break into the wrestling business and training.
Yeah, like training is now. One thing I'll tell everybody is going to wrestling knowing nothing. So whatever you know about wrestling, about refereeing and stuff like that, take that out your head. Because to take a bump is like you have to train yourself how to fall. You have to train yourself how to take a first step. I have to train myself how to walk around a ring.
Yeah.
Like, you looking like I got to work hard, Cam. Like, I messed up a lot, but, like,
no, you
hard.
did good. It's your first time.
Yeah,
so, there's going to be hits and misses. But you did, listen, we were beyond proud. Like, I was just like, yeah,
I was
yelling. He was yelling. And he kept a serious face. He tried so hard not to laugh, you could tell, because his cheeks were so high. And then I was like, he's good. Dying. But
to everybody, to whoever try to achieve that dream, just do it. Like, there's literally no excuses. Like, whatever you want in life, just dead ass do. People's like, oh, people always ask, how you do this, do this. Just do it. There's no tips of starting nothing. You just got to do it. Like, just take one at a time. You know, just believe in you. At first, before, I tell everybody the biggest tips I give anyone to start anything is do the shadow work. do the work. Go to therapy. Do what you have to do. Because for you to achieve anything in life, you gotta make sure that you are good first. Because that's how you know genuinely you want to do this or not. Instead of you wasting your time.
But yeah, everybody was super duper proud
It was good.
of
Thank you.
Mrblacc. So it was so dope. Cause I had knew from a few days ago, and I was like, yo, I can't tell anybody. I know, like I tell Mikey everything. So I'm like, oh my God, I cannot tell him. Cause I genuinely wanted everybody to be surprised and be in that moment. Cause sometimes, you know, when you tell people stuff, that takes away from that moment. So I wanted everybody to kind of be in that moment and be like, oh shit. Like it's Mrblacc. Like so it was so dope. Last night was really
You were more over than the wrestlers.
That's what I said. I was like, yo, damn, we buried the fuck out of them. We did not mean to.
Those are my fellow students, man. The fellow classmates, man.
No, that was so dope. But also too, an announcement was made during Women Crush Wednesday 2, where JobberSlam 2, ladies and gentlemen, August 20th. Save the date. Start booking hotels. Start booking flights. Do what you got to do to be in the building because it's going to be a party. So tickets will be on sale soon. We definitely are working on some matches as we speak. But we're really excited to have the second annual show in Brooklyn again. So
Brooklyn. The school is nice, though.
That's what I want. And actually, I was a bit of afraid because of the ceiling, but it worked out. But JobberSlam will be outside because it'll be August and it'll be hot as fuck.
Hopefully this doesn't rain or anything.
I told Mikey that last night. I was like, yo, the only thing that would fuck me up is if it rains.
Because around that time, August is real iffy in New York, though.
It's
usually
iffy.
Dry.
It's okay, but like it'll be that one day where it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
So, but yes, August 20th, Saturday, August 20th, JobberSlam 2 house party. We will encourage everyone to wear their 80s, 90s wear if you want to come out. It's going to be a good time. There will be another announcement connected to JobberSlam 2. It's going to actually be a weekend filled of wrestling. So stay tuned for that announcement soon. I don't want to make it. But listen, if you're coming for JobberSlam 2, make sure to plan to be here that Friday evening. That's all I'm going to say for right now. But also, our next show will be a part of Black Wrestle Fest on Juneteenth weekend here in New York. Shout out to Pretty Heels. They're going to be presenting Black Wrestle Fest for the very first time. So it's a convention part Saturday, and then Battle Club Pro will present its show on Sunday afternoon. So tickets will be on sale for that very shortly. We just needed yesterday to kind of pass by so we can now get on to the next thing. But we got a lot of things working in the works. So we do appreciate everyone that has supported us, whether you sponsored the match, whether you came to the show. We thank you guys so much for supporting us.
Shout out to everybody who's watching. Shout out to Ron and Matt.
Oh,
shout out to Stephanie Hardy.
I believe, I don't know, Stephanie, if people can still vote for you.
Your friend.
Yes, my friend Tiffany.
Shout out to our beautiful couple out there. You and your baby father, y'all doing everything. Y'all doing good. I'm proud of y'all. Tiffany, you know,
that was a work in progress.
Family. Yo, that family,
That was a work in progress,
Yo,
guys.
stop with your business out there, baby. I love when family comes together, B. Yo, you work out, whatever
Listen,
you have,
you know what my favorite thing about going to shows?
family work out together?
No.
Oh.
It is pretty beautiful.
No.
I ain't gonna lie.
See, in the beginning to where it is now, it is a wonderful thing.
I remember I was going through the story. I was like, oh, they went to Florida together?
Right.
Oh, they're together.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I saw him.
His mom lives out in
He said,
Florida.
yo, what up, man? You know, Tiffany live over there. I'm like, I was too much to process it. I'm like, my man. Once he mentioned that, I know. I was like, yes. That was beautiful, son. I'm proud of them, son.
What I realized yesterday was
love family. Shout out to Matt.
I love when kids come to the
Facts.
show. I think it's the most adorable thing. Shout outs to Gigi for Go for the Pin. She brought her daughter. It was her daughter's first show.
Yes, like, I got to talk to her. Yes, I have on Instagram. Yes.
There was so many other parents there with their kids because, of course, kids here in New York are on spring break. So it's pretty cool to see, the little ones come out and just want to meet wrestlers.
One of my dreams, like one of the things that we're doing, like respect to us, like.
You said what?
The Weeknd's petty.
Like
you saw his Seth Rollins attire?
Yo, he played
Oh, girl's voicemail. Yeah, that was wild.
Oh, East Bay got the
wild.
East Bay got the Nike wrestling kicks.
Yeah, okay.
I'm on East Bay looking. They're probably cheaper too.
Never know.
I'm all for this.
This nigga's like, ooh, I'm all for catching a deal.
Hold on.
But you said can't see you. Well, now they can't see nobody because you just walked in front of the camera. But what else is going on? Oh, May 8th. We'll be back at Legends for WrestleMania Backlash. So make sure to RSVP for
That's
that.
like right there.
Also to Double or Nothing at the end of May. Make sure to RSVP for that. But as we were just talking about that, I guess we can start by talking about, well, you know, TK loves to make a big announcement and stuff. So last night on Dynamite, Tony Khan, along with the gentleman from New Japan Pro Wrestling, had announced that they're going to be doing.
So you're not gonna shout out your fellow colleague's name?
Who?
That guy from Japan.
I don't know him. I don't listen. Excuse the ignorance. I don't watch New Japan stuff, so I don't know the guy. So that's why I said the guy from New Japan. I don't want to say he's the president or anything. I don't know. So
I don't be knowing.
That's not, you know, listen. What I don't like sometimes is people are always quick to assume like, oh, you only watch WWE.
Yes.
And it's just like,
yes.
no,
And
it's
Impact,
not
yes.
that. It's just
It's accessible.
there's certain things that I gravitate to just as a fan and that I connect to as a fan, and that's just not one for me.
It's just
doesn't
like
mean that I don't, you know, I'm not going to shit on it or I'm
Right.
not going to tell
If you live
anybody
in
else not
Japan,
to look at it.
Like, if you live in Japan, you won't be surprised if people say that they don't watch WWE. You won't be surprised about it. They go, okay, I watch New Japan instead. Okay, it happens.
So this is it for me. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Japanese wrestling. There's some stuff that I do like.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy. I don't know all the niggas' names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. But I don't like when people say like, "Oh, you're not a real wrestling fan if you don't watch it."
Right.
Let's talk about that.
But because I think it takes away from, I enjoy
What I like.
What I like. So it's like somebody saying, "Hey, Wilkins, you don't like pickles. That means you don't like food."
No, you too over dramatic.
Like you're
no.
we get to a
No,
point
it's the
where people just pick apart one thing and it's actually just not that. It's just I don't just like that.
So
like,
you know what? It's kind of the argument. If you're a black guy, you said that I don't date black women.
No, it's not the same thing. That's a whole different conversation. We're going somewhere left. Please, let's not go there on this episode. I know where you're trying to go, but I'm gonna take the wheel right
that's
now.
more of a preference thing.
And we're
I'm
gonna
say that.
drive.
Okay.
We're gonna drive left. We're not going right.
I'm just gonna say
We're going left. We're gonna go back on the main road.
I'm just gonna say that's more of a preference thing. And I mean that actually goes across the board. Like in terms of wrestling, everyone has their preference. Like for me, of course, I with the podcast, just try to keep up to date with, the tops. But I love Impact and I love MLW. So like stuff like that. I love it. When NWA was starting back up again and they were consistent, I loved it. Even if it was on YouTube.
I kind of like their random backgrounds.
See, they even bring it. So somebody must have been listening and it was like, yo, Mr. Black always talks about Lucha Underground. Because now that's coming back.
I can't wait.
Well, it's because it's too much fucking wrestling out.
Yeah.
People don't understand, there is mad wrestling out. So you're entitled to like what you like. So, okay, for instance, you go, I like WWE. It comes on Monday. It comes on Friday. And we got a Sunday once a month or Saturday once a month and a Tuesday to watch it. If you watch WWE, that means you watch 3 days of wrestling.
Yeah.
Minimum.
On television alone.
Now, if you watch AEW, you're watching 4 days because you got Dark Elevation, you got Dark, then you have Dynamite, then you got Rampage, right?
Yeah.
That's 4 nights. Now, you go, I like New Japan. Nigga, I got to wake up at 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. to catch Wrestle Kingdom, or I got to find some random, I got to pay some extra money to get on the app to watch it. Bro, it's a lot. And we have a podcast, so of course I try to stay up to date with as much as possible and like read as much as what I can and watch as many clips as I can. But I don't mind Japanese wrestling until when the matches get too fucking long.
Listen,
Let's just be an hour.
I don't follow it because there's no black people over there.
Yes. And that's a good point.
I didn't ever looked at it like
But
that.
the thing about it, it's also, I remember I spoke to Kanisha about it one time.
Okay, shout out to Kanisha.
Because we were talking about, I was like, yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, there's no black people there. Like, there's really no black people in New Japan
so
wrestling.
There's no hype for me to watch it.
And you don't connect with that, which is fine. Like, the few guys that have been over there, MVP's been over there. Shelton Benjamin's
and
been
when MVP went over there, we was hype. We supported him.
And I think Chris Bay has done some stuff over there.
Yeah, back and forth with the Bullet Club
Yeah.
stuff.
So, but it's not that many black people. But then it's also like, it's another country.
And it's a different culture.
And it's a different culture.
It's just different.
And they don't have black people in their country like that.
They don't really fuck
Like,
with us.
America is a different story.
Yeah.
If you have an American brand,
Yeah.
there are black people in America.
Just like Indian wrestling, you're gonna promote the Indian wrestlers.
Yes, and you're gonna have an injection of different types of people. But those Japanese fans love them white boys. No disrespect to my white boys that are listening. They love y'all.
No, because they look at them kind of like a larger than life type of thing.
Yeah.
Like they'll come like, oh, we have somebody from
Such
America.
called colonization, my nigga.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
And also winning World War II.
Yeah, it's pretty to put my dick on the table type shit.
Yes.
It's wild. But they look at it like it's larger than life. So,
which is fine.
Which is okay. Because, like, even for instance, like, and we can talk about this now. So, as I was saying
hold on. I want to get this off my chest. A lot of you niggas was not watching New Japan wrestling before Bullet Club was popping.
I know I wasn't.
And a lot of y'all still ain't watching New Japan.
Yeah,
now that Kenny's not there, the Bucks aren't there, AJ's not there, Finn is not there, and a couple other people aren't there. The only person that's really left is Okada. A lot of y'all ain't watching it. So this whole front and I'm a New Japan fan, blah, blah, blah. Nah, my nigga. You a New Japan fan when all the white people from America were over there. And they were crushing Bullet Club. Because y'all really ain't fuck with, because if y'all really were fucking with Bullet Club, y'all and New Japan wrestling, y'all be watching Impact.
Facts.
Because they're all over Impact right now. Jay White is all over Impact right now. But y'all ain't fucking with it.
Which I find interesting because they made it seem like Jay White was going to be on the AEW side of things.
And the crazy thing
it's
about
weird.
it is
Tony Khan
like...
fucked up. That's why he dropped the ball now.
That's a neither here nor
And
there.
then and the crazy thing about it is nobody talking about Chris Bay being a Bullet Club.
Because nobody cares.
Yeah, that's
They don't really care. They don't really care. And
irrelevant.
I'm not saying I don't care because I think it's a great thing. Because now you're expanding it beyond just the white boys and the
Yeah.
and you know the
Samoans.
Japanese. They're not Samoan. They're something else.
Who?
Well,
Well, let's just say Polynesian. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Pacific Islands, all that
Rules
stuff.
of Destruction.
Oh, okay, yeah.
God. So, but listen, like nobody cares. Nobody cares because they only cared about when it was the Bucks, Kenny, AJ was on there. Like through that era, the golden era, whatever you want to call it, that's when people cared. But now I don't see people talking about New Japan like that.
And nobody buy Bullet Club stuff no more.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
I thought y'all were fans. Y'all not really fans like y'all saying y'all are.
Yeah.
But as we
Dang.
were saying at the top of the topic, the announcement that was made was AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling will be doing a joint show June 26th in Chicago at the United Center called The Forbidden Door. So my question to the table is, have we overused the word Forbidden Door? Because I definitely, I mean, I have my own opinion about it, but I want to know what you guys think first. Have we overused the Forbidden Door concept? And what are your thoughts on this joint show that apparently is going to be 50-50?
I mean, the Forbidden Door is the hottest thing. It's like something hot to use right now. Forbidden Door, you know, back in the day was Pipe Bomb. You understand? And back in the day was the Austin Pop. You understand? There's always one thing that people in wrestling gravitate and they overuse it. That's it. And this is the hottest thing to say right now. Like when Matt Cardone was like, oh my God, Forbidden, blah, 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 blah. Now it got too corporate. Now after this pay-per-view, it's going to be dead now. Once it gets corporate and making money off of it, nobody want to use it.
Well, TK took it from a hot line, made it a hot song.
Mm-hmm.
He made a hot pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Get this money, make this money.
Exactly.
So we just not gonna act like it wasn't done before.
He made a whole pay-per-view about it. I mean, ROH.
So we're not gonna act like.
But that shit's failed. When it came to on the last time they were here on American soil, ROH completely was basudo.
So did
Compared to
J-Rite
I
Japan.
wouldn't say so.
So did J-Rite really sold out the MSG?
So yes, so I wouldn't say that. So that's where my lack of like OMG, because everybody online for the most part was like, this is. I mean, it's once again, it's great for wrestling. It's great for people that are into whoever's going to be booked for the show. It's great, but they did it already.
They did it already, but
Supercard
it was bad.
happened. It wasn't bad though.
It was bad.
It wasn't bad.
They
What
had the
I
key
will
players.
say though is that it didn't benefit ROH.
But that's what I'm saying.
And that's
why
where,
it's bad.
and that's where my hesitant in who does this benefit more? Does it benefit? So when Supercard happened, it benefited New Japan more. It benefited the fans, actually, in all honesty, because for the first time, like for me, like once again, I'm not into New Japan like that, but the moment just from the entrance to the in-ring. When Okada came out, it was just
Okada
like,
is king of drip,
holy
my nigga.
shit.
Okada's
You know what
the
I
king
mean?
of drip, son.
So it was one of those like holy shit moments.
Okada
But
is drip.
I can say, yo, I seen Okada for the first time in America type of
Well,
shit.
that's the thing. So
But that's where my thing with this Forbidden Door thing, it's like, this isn't new.
it's
and you guys are trying to present it
bro,
like it's new.
It was a hot line. He's making it a hot song. That's what TK doing. Listen, TK
happened.
is us with $1 billion. That's what he is. That is
So,
exactly
Tony,
what
you
he
want-
is. So you
Tony,
know what
you
he's
wanna
gonna
win some
do?
money?
He's gonna put fire matches up. It's gonna be great booking, and we all gonna go home.
But who's going to benefit the most from it?
It benefits AEW. It benefits TK's ego. That is it. New Japan gets the people over here. You get a couple of eyes on New Japan
And
stuff.
vice versa.
And
But
then,
they've been doing that, though.
but hold on, because now they've been going back and forth. They're now touring. They've been touring. They just not signed because I forgot they were touring now. Like probably this past couple of months. Now they're on American soil. Like they're establishing themselves on American soil now. And now they're gonna start working a little bit more on American
But
soil.
you know the differences between Ring of Honor doing there and AEW? The budget is a lot better.
Yeah, I made it it was a hot line.
My nigga,
now I made it a hot
to do-
pay-per-view.
To do a show in the Garden, that costs. So I wouldn't even. I'm 50-50 on
You
that.
think Ring of Honor got the cameras like AEW? You think they got the fireworks budget? No.
But we couldn't watch it on pay-per-view. Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did watch it on pay-per-view.
What the fuck?
We at the
I'm sitting
bar.
here like.
We at the bar.
I'm sitting here like.
the camera wasn't as crispy.
But hold on. It's gonna be a hot pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The shit was lukewarm because not many niggas were fucking with it. Because it was slowly starting to fall off. Always was
sold
slowly
out.
starting to fall off. It sold out, but the pay-per-view now is gonna be extra hot. Because now okay. I get what you're saying. You're like, this shit's been done before. ROH,
And
New
listen,
Japan.
I'm okay
No,
because wrestling's recycled. So I'm not against
I'm
that.
just explaining to you why this is on another level. ROH.
I mean, because there's more money behind it.
No, it's not. It's not even that. ROH didn't have a TV deal like AEW did.
Thank you.
ROH wasn't
you.
averaging 800 to 1 million
Thank
plus
you.
people watching their
So
show.
you couldn't you
So,
couldn't advertise every week.
You couldn't advertise every week. Now you're gonna get a bigger buzz. Did they have a buzz? You're right. They sold out the Garden.
Definitely think they
But
had a buzz.
that buzz was.
But you had to kind
was
of
a
be in
smaller
that.
bu-
You had to.
Exactly.
But the thing is, you had to know the players involved, and you had to know what was going on, and that's just in wrestling.
Listen.
So you gotta
it was
keep
a
your
hot
ears.
line.
You gotta keep your ears to the streets.
Now it's a hot pay-per-view, B. TK
But I'm
said.
not. But I'm not gonna hold you though. The only reason why I ended up going to Supercard was because I had FOMO. It wasn't even because.
Yes, exactly.
Like
It
I
worked.
was just like, oh, like I know this, I know that.
And this shit's in Chicago. Come on.
And of all things, though, when ROH did it, I knew all the ROH guys, so I was excited for them because now you're on a different platform and a different stage.
100%.
But-
I think I might go. I ain't gonna hold you.
Good luck with that.
I might go to Chicago.
Good, because your boy Ish messaged me the flyer, and I was like, I have zero desire to go, and it has zero desire.
He's going.
He lives there. He could go. Because we went to Supercard together, so that's why he sent it to me. And I said to him, I said, I have zero desire
How's he
to go,
doing
my
right
love.
with Ish?
He's fine. He's okay. He living it up in Chicago.
I swear.
But my reasoning is not. I already done told you.
Shout out to Lion and Midas.
Oh yeah, that if you haven't already checked out the previous
do.
episode,
It's Christian Belair.
our interview with the Battle Club Pro Tag Team Champions main event. But no, my thing is it's not to say that I'm not gonna, we're not gonna do a viewing party, we're not gonna watch it, it's none of that, but it's just like,
of course
at the end of the day,
I made it a hot pay-per-view.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like this is the shiniest brand new toy on the block.
WCW used to do
Listen,
it too.
like I said before, it was a hot line. Now it's a hot pay-per-view.
Wait, think about it. Is WCW did the same thing with WCW versus the World.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and WCW had an NWA had an NWO in Japan. Yeah.
I understand that.
Kobe. Dang, I didn't visualize.
Disrespectful.
Like I said before, hot line, not hot pay-per-view.
Listen, Tasha's on.
Forbidden Door. TK on the 1 and 2, Blueprint 2 coming out soon.
Yo, I feel like I seen a picture of somebody had posted about
wait.
Tony Khan, and it looked like a No Limit shirt. I was like, this
Wait,
is
I have a
obnoxious
question.
as fuck.
Did Jay White really sold out MSG?
Who?
Jay White.
Yes.
Jay White?
Yeah.
Well, he was on that card.
Yeah, he was on the card. So was Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal was the champion at the time.
Yeah,
So
they did
why
that
you
ladder
keep
match.
saying that how that he sold it out? But did he really though?
I mean, I guess that's him having an ego boost and using it to his advantage.
He really did it.
Because, yeah, he did it, but the Garden did sell out, though.
Was he the headline though?
No, Okada was. Yeah, it was that match. It was a triple threat. It was him, Jay Lethal, and I think Matt Taven for the title. Was it for the
So
ROH
why
title?
does he say that he sold out the Garden?
Because listen,
'Cause he
if
was
you
there.
were a part of a show that sold out as a character, would you not use that to your advantage and say that I did that shit? Aren't you supposed to be a heel? That's some heel shit to say. I did that. That's some shit Roman would say.
My character.
Y'all niggas came to fucking WrestleMania for me, not for nobody else.
I need a wrestling character.
Part of it is truth, but still.
Okay.
But yes, so June 26th, Forbidden Door, United Center. I believe tickets go on sale next week. I believe
It's June 26th.
Yeah,
Oh,
June 26th.
so they're doing a pay-per-view a month after what's the face?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So how you feel about this? How you feel about the Elite Click?
The what?
The what's the Young Bucks and the Red Dragon
Excuse
group
me.
call again?
Was it Super Elite? Some shit like that?
The Undisputed Elite.
What about it?
How you guys feel about that?
What do you feel?
What about it?
You think that they're building up towards the Bullet Club?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised to do something of a reincarnation of it because they have most of the members there.
I don't know. I mean,
I
I
think
would prefer.
Kyle should never touch a mic.
You said who?
Kyle Wright should never touch a mic.
No.
He's not that bad.
Poor baby. But I mean, I kind of sometimes certain things just don't need to be all mashed together. Like certain things, it's okay to have your own thing and y'all do your own thing, and then if y'all want to come together, then that's one thing. But I don't know.
How you feel about the biddy? I mean, how you feel about the baddie section?
I'm gonna let it play out before I say anything. I don't want to.
We came up with one ring called the Biddies.
I don't want to. I did like I'm not gonna hold you. I did like the little promo that they did with them eating the popcorn. That was cute. I will say that. But other than that
was massive compared to them.
Other than that, I mean, it just seemed low-key random as fuck. But I mean, that's wrestling and that's fine. But it just looked random as fuck because you go for 1 minute, they was just sitting there, and then the next week they with her doing the promo. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. All right, listen, I'm here for if the black women want to unite. The 3 black women that's on the roster, I'm here for it.
That's racist.
It's not. It's the truth.
There's other women on the roster.
I said 3 black women.
Yes, there's others. The black girl that from Booker T school.
Speaking about Booker T, what are y'all thoughts on? That was such a good segue. Appreciated that. What are your thoughts on Booker T saying that people that get put on Dark and ever what the fuck is the show? Elevation is a demotion. What are your thoughts on that?
That's company policy.
Is it though?
All companies have certain policies because everybody wrestled on Dark before. Everybody at one point. Hangman, John Moxley, Daniel Bryan. Everyone does. It's just it happens. You have to do the loop. That's it.
But the thing is, though, is that let's say you go from like, I don't want to say a high profile like storyline, but let's say you're on regular cable television weekly, and then for the next 6 weeks you're on dark only. Then what?
So it raises this conversation of because main event is a thing for WWE.
Exactly.
So people are on main event, and I think what I think they're trying to just build up your
win-loss record.
Your win-loss record. Well, it depends. It depends how big your ego is.
True.
If you're on a level of, so let's do tiers. You're a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 superstar.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a tier 1 superstar, you could feel a type of way.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, your schedule is less. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back, guys.
Okay. I was like, oh,
I
okay.
mean, said T1 superstars. Oh, sorry.
How you break it down and then do that. But I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a demotion. I just
Are you probably to the baddie section in Philly?
who? I can't see that.
This guy right here.
I don't live in Philadelphia, so no.
Are you probably to the baddie section in Philly?
I don't live in Philly, love, so no, I'm not. I'm good on that. I just, I had posted it the other day in the in our Facebook group. I was just like, is there gonna be anyone over 200 pounds in the baddie section? Just let me know.
The baddie section.
Because it's very subjective.
Why don't you why don't Battle Cry have their own baddie section?
No, I don't want to rip off a fucking Tony Khan shit.
And call it
I don't want to do anything that man does. I'm gonna let him do him, and I'm gonna let us do us, and call it a day. I don't want to do nothing.
Did you watch Heels yet?
No, I did not.
Oh my! Can you please watch it?
I don't have time. Like, what am I gonna have time?
That's something that you understand why you need to watch, because she remind me of you. Yo, whoever watched Heels, you could tell which character remind you of Janelle.
I don't know. All right, I'll give it a try. I don't know.
It's
I
good.
haven't had. And
It's
what's so
good.
funny? Me and Mikey were just talking about we needed another show.
Heels.
To watch.
Heels. The Jobber baddies.
Maybe we'll do. How about we'll do that for JobberSlam?
Okay.
We'll do it for JobberSlam. How about that, guys? We'll have like a baddie section.
Shout yo Sparrow.
Well, all
Holla at us,
different.
man.
Ass. Jesus.
Sparrow.
Oh,
To get us some
Lord.
baddies.
Now we're getting into dark water territories with that one. I love you, Sparrow. Shout out to Sparrow NWO. Make sure to follow them
Please do,
on
man.
social media.
Sparrow will give you some baddies.
Oh Lord, but
Like some bougie baddies.
no, but I will say if we do a baddie section, it will be definitely the United Nations of all sizes and colors.
I gotta pick someone though.
Just saying.
But like it gotta be family friendly baddies.
No, it don't have to be.
So to be scandalous women. Then again, it's gonna be summertime.
Yeah, it's hot girl summer. Oh, this is like the real first hot girl summer because last year was just like lukewarm. So this year is like real hot.
And they come out with my brother for the entrance against Simon Miller. Yo, Simon Miller, Sir Wilkins. It's happening this summer.
We're gonna hopefully. I don't want to put it on out there in the air just yet because we got to make sure he can get back to the States. So WrestleMania was the trial. So now that we know we saw him, and that's why I was like, shit was working out in so many different ways because we weren't even trying to see him. Like he just ended up being in the same places we were.
I knew it was gonna happen.
So yeah, you would have made one like, yo, get that. I was just saying here, like, listen, you'd be lucky if you get a picture.
Simon Miller, what?
So when we saw him,
that's
it
gonna
was
be a good
like,
match though.
That's
he broke his
cool.
hand though.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Simon Miller. So, what am I watching right now?
What, in terms of TV?
I watch Young Rock. Did you watch Wonder Years?
So, I watched like 1 or 2 episodes. It was a little slow for me.
Really?
So, I'm gonna it's like one of those things like I pop in and out of. Like I don't watch it consistently.
Okay.
But it was too slow for me. I love that it was a black family. Don't get me wrong.
Dark skin.
That at its highest.
The mother's fine.
So, but it just was like maybe it was a time period thing for me too. Like I couldn't relate to it. So it was just like Because you gotta remember, they're like in the middle, like it's about to be war. It's a whole different time period.
There's no difference from now.
Well, we're not at war. The other people are at war. But I mean, just in terms of the styles, the
some people just like that now.
The kind of like duties is like.
Some people still believe in those still stuff now.
But I'm just saying I can't it's not relatable to me in this current moment. So it's hard for me to watch things that I can't connect to. So like for instance, I had watched I was so mad it was 5 fucking episodes. Shout out to Nicholas from Blur Podcast, of course, original Jobbertears family.
The original one.
Yo, me and Nick be on the same page when it comes to shows.
What show?
So I always tell him like there's a show for him to watch, or he tells me a show to watch.
So what show you told you to watch?
So I had to watch on Amazon Prime. There's a show because I don't like being sappy in real life, like in front of people. But I watch a lot of sappy shit, like romance coms. Fucking love, hands down. So there's this show on Amazon Prime called With Love, and it basically tells a story of like literally 2 people, always crossing paths and always being connected, and then getting together. And then breaking up, but it's all in like a year span. So they start off with Christmas. It's a Spanish family, and so
you relate to that.
Yeah, but it was the girl like for Christmas she couldn't like all of her. So anyone
Christmas or
that's
Spanish Christmas?
No, Christmas Eve. So anyone that's Latino knows that Christmas Eve is like the go-to holiday.
Yeah,
and you can't roll up to the house like without you like a significant other like or somebody. So her and the dude she was with, she just broke up with him. So she going to Christmas Eve dinner at her family's house with all her family, like, and they all looking at her like, bitch, when are you gonna get married? Like that's always the thing. So it goes from that, and then her brother who's gay, brings his boyfriend for the first time. So it's a journey of like their lives and how it intertwines. But she basically ends up meeting this guy who she thought she hated, but then they ended up falling in love, and then they broke up. But then by the end of the show, they ended up getting back together. But it's a really, really dope series. So I say that in saying like it has to be things that are like relatable or like things I can connect with. Because then other than that, I'm like so it don't hit for me.
My bad, guys.
Back to your top tier.
Wait. The wife from George Lopez is in there?
Yes, Selena's mom.
She's so beautiful.
Selena's
She's
mom.
not better looking?
So Selena's mom is in it, and I don't know if you guys had ever watched Ugly Betty.
I see that.
The little boy in Ugly Betty is in that show, and he's grown now. Like he's the gay brother. Oh. So and he looks just the same. Who said that? Somebody who watched it? Because that's my shit, and I feel like no one else knows about it. So I was just like, I'm going off of a whim on that one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wise?
Of course he would. Yeah. That's my guy. Okay, back to your top tier.
My bad, guys. I was my shoot job called because they owe me money.
Again?
Niggas be owing me money left.
Nigga, you gotta get it together.
I have to get an agent.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Because it's like 3 people that owe me money. Oh shit, guys. Anyways,
Lord.
So what I was saying is that if you're a top nigga, let's say you're like Cody, and they throw you on main event, you gonna feel a type of way. But so this is my thing with AEW. The grass is not greener on the other side. It's just a different type of grass.
Different type of landscape.
Just a different type of landscape, different type of thing. It's like, all right, cool. You're coming over here because you get an easier schedule. You really wrestle once or twice a week. You go home. I think that's what it is. Now, what Booker is saying is like, yo, nigga, I've been on TV every week, and you got me on an internet show?
A YouTube show.
On a YouTube show for weeks? Granted, I can see where he's coming from because it's like, yo, you're not using me. But when people go over there, I think they understand what they're getting into.
That's like putting Roman on main event.
Nah, that's the truth.
Like that's exactly
true.
Where he's coming from with
but
that.
The thing about it, everybody that's gone over there is not tier 1.
But see, that's
who's gone to AEW that was a tier 1 person.
Like from the jump?
Yeah, like you're coming over there. You came from WWE as a tier 1. Like you made.
He can't even use Punk because he stopped wrestling for like 6-7 years.
That's the only one. And Punk has barely been on Dark. Maybe once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah.
You can't name anybody.
Because that's why on Dynamite when JR was like, he's 15-1, I was like, nigga, where? And then I was like, oh, I do remember him being on Dark as shit for like once or twice. So I guess.
So yeah, but nobody. Besides, what you argued, that was a good point. But like she said, hasn't wrestled in a while, came from WWE as a tier 1 guy, and came over. No, we haven't seen that shift yet.
Who's tier 1 in WWE?
This is my tier 1.
Yeah.
Roman.
Yeah.
Seth.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yep. Bob's.
Drew.
No.
I'll put Drew on. He's tier 1.
2.
He's teetering tier 1, tier 2.
He's 2.
Yeah.
Miz. I'll even put the Miz at tier 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens, tier 1.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
I'm gonna go AJ.
AJ's tier 1.
Charlotte.
Edge.
Yeah. Charlotte.
Yeah. Sasha.
The 4 horsewomen.
All the 4
Bianca.
horsewomen. Bianca. But nobody has shifted to that tier 1. The only one that you can honestly say.
So did AEW's one, not only one, but one of their top tier who left and went to WWE?
Yeah.
Damn.
But the thing about it, that's why it's like, and I'm not knocking anybody's talent.
No.
Sometimes shit doesn't work where you at. You playing for this team.
It don't stick.
It don't work. You gotta go to another
hit.
team. And I'm totally fine for that. But when Vince was just like, yo, we got rid of the loose ends type of shit. He was like the dead weight. He really meant that shit. Because everybody that they have cut have not
They
been a
wasn't
tier
doing
1.
nothing.
The only one you can kind of argue, you could say
Was Bray.
was Bray. And Bray is like
And Braun.
Braun,
No.
I don't even put Braun
I
at
wouldn't
tier
even
1.
go that.
B.
Yeah, no, I
I
wouldn't
don't even put Braun at tier
Nah.
1. Braun is a
He's definitely solid
tier 2.
He's on that Drew. He's on that Drew for me. But whatchamacallit? What was I gonna say? Shit. But the nigga, really? He becomes a referee for one day and loses his fucking mind. But yeah, no, it's a weird dichotomy almost because it's like, you know, it's just so much wrestling. So like when niggas be like, yo, did you see that shit on Dark? No, I ain't see that shit on Dark. The fuck?
What's the thing about Dark is not storyline. I don't give a fuck.
Neither is half of Dynamite. So
The only time Dark had like a storyline was with Sonny and Joey Janela
yeah.
and Swole and Shorty Doo-Wop.
And where's she been at?
I don't know. She's per appearance, obviously.
Hmm.
But I and the thing about I'm not knocking that because
because business wise, that's smart as fuck.
But
when I found out about Tony, I was like, well, I ain't mad about his business practices.
But the thing about it, I like Dark sometimes if I get to see like main event wrestling on there.
I like to see the people that if I know them have
Baron
those
Black. When
opportunities.
I like Baron Black. I like the way he wrestles. I like seeing him on there. Or people within the wrestling community are like, oh shit, you on there? Willow being on there. Those people like Janae Kai. Okay, let me look this up. People that I know, I'm a fuck with. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. It's like catching a quick pickup game, watching a pickup game real quick.
It really is like going to an indie show and just be like, yo, I'm going specifically to see this person.
It's watching a pickup game.
So what?
It's like when Big Show made his debut on there.
Where the fuck he been? Listen,
He wrestled
if
on there.
I could have a job like Mark Henry, I would be good.
But that's the point of why people went over there because they wanted an easier schedule.
Because that tickles the. If there's nothing else about AEW that doesn't tickle me, it's that Mark Henry shit on Rampage for the main event. Because that's all that nigga does.
He's probably a scout.
Literally.
He's a scout and he also does
that's fine and all,
and he
but
does, like,
literally
community
on
outreach.
screen,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that nigga does. And that shit is hilarious. Because I be sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, do you do nothing else?
Someone said is AEW developmental for WWE?
No.
No.
And you know what's crazy? So, and we'll talk about this week in wrestling, I guess now. I honestly think they dropped the ball not signing that girl from ROH. And she ended up signing with NXT. I think they dropped the ball on that one.
Yes.
That Roxy girl.
He doesn't like women's wrestling.
It is very evident.
He doesn't respect women's wrestling.
But
and the thing about it,
Joe Kim respect women wrestling.
Absolutely.
yes.
We here at Battle Club too.
But you gotta understand he doesn't fuck with women wrestling like
So
that.
I didn't
He's a typical fan.
It didn't click to me until she debuted on NXT 2.0 this week and won against old girl from Toxic Attraction. And I said, they dropped the ball on that because that would have been not only her being former ROH Women's Champion. I said, she's talented. I said, they dropped the ball on that one.
So what is Tony Khan looking for in his women's division?
Good.
He already has mad talent.
That is a Tony Khan question. Tony, if you listen.
But he already has mad talent in
So,
his division.
Okay, so
that he doesn't use.
So let me ask you a question.
None of them bitches get TV time. None of them bitches get even. They barely get on Dark, if anything. But none of them bitches get TV time. The only two people, solid two people that get TV time that is a female is Jade, and it was Britt Baker. Even Thunder Rosa being champion now, she not on TV every week. So that they pick and choose, and that's a problem. I don't care for that because it's like if you want to elevate the business. You say it, and you're presenting it like, yo, it goes back all the time. It goes back to when you first started the company and you were like, we want this place to be diverse. We want this place to be welcoming.
That wasn't his vision. That was Cody's.
Well, my nigga.
Cody's gone.
Yeah.
But what if this is his vision of diversity?
That probably is.
What?
So, but the thing, okay, all right. Let's be honest. Jade has been featured numerous times on AEW television. Uh-huh. They have pushed her to the moon. Uh-huh. She has become one of the biggest faces of that company outside of Britt Baker.
Yes.
So they are trying. Also, bless you.
Yeah, sorry.
Ew.
One of the biggest problems with Tony Khan, and this is why I say like AEW and WWE are on way different sides of the spectrum.
Polar opposites.
Like, on one side, WWE be like, suck my dick when it comes to fans.
I do what I want to do.
AEW was like, oh my God, oh my God,
how do we suck your dick?
What do we do wrong? Like, even when the tall Indian dude that's been coming in and out, Tony was just like, yo, I really dropped the ball on him on his debut, and he threw somebody on under the bus.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But that's the thing.
What does it take to have accountability in wrestling?
But that's the thing with him. Him is that like, and that company in general, they cater to the fans too much because most of their fans, especially,
grew up with the product. Well,
grew up with the product. They're over WWE, and they don't really fuck with women's wrestling. People need to, and I say this all the time. Majority of wrestling fans don't fuck with women's wrestling.
And it's unfortunate.
And that's what he's catering to. So he's trying to put the women's wrestling in, but he also understands he wants to put these matchups in.
So do you think that we are too particular when it comes to women wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we don't like certain looks. That's what I noticed.
Well, it's not even just certain looks. It's just like, I think that the stigmatism still of this is a bathroom break situation is still there. And that's really what the issue is. That's why you have companies like us and other promotions on the indie scene that do all female shows because we want to be able to showcase that women can draw. Like when I tell y'all, we had in pre-sale, I would say maybe about 80. We had about another 50, 60 people at the door last night alone just for an all-female show. So like it's not about it's about how do we change the perspective on women's wrestling? How do we flip the script in a way to now it's 2020 fucking 2 and women can fucking main event. Women can open the show because people always downplay, they're opening the show. Opening the show is just as important as closing the show. So just understand that. And if you don't understand that, then learn. But it becomes a point where enough is enough. That's why I get frustrated. Because it's like, yes, a black woman being TBS champion, being on TV consistently, I appreciate that as a black woman. However, as a woman, I would prefer it to have more of than just the face and just the surface. Like, put her in meaningful storylines. Put her in front of challenges. Like, she's facing Marina, what the fuck is her name?
I know you're talking.
Roddy's wife. I think it's on Rampage.
Rampage.
And you know what's funny? I can tolerate Rampage a little more.
It's an hour.
Yeah. But also too, like, for some reason it feels like we said it before, it feels like that third hour that they don't want to do on Wednesday. So it's always like it's like a continuing. But
It was all for that.
they have her facing her. And out of everybody, she's low-key defended the title. This is the only, like, one of the few that is like, oh, this could really be a fight.
But it's across the board because when you look at WWE, their women's tag team, they don't know what they're doing with that.
But I said it for, listen, I said it for the beginning.
But
that should have never been a thing.
But then
Never should have been a thing.
The one thing I will give them, they'll have more women's matches. They'll have more women's matches on a show.
And, and it's not to say, because, people will twist and turn your words. It's not to say that WWE's always been on that type of time. No, they have not. And that's why I think they've been working diligently on changing that facade of women's wrestling not being a bathroom break. Because that's growing up, that's what you knew. Like, oh, the women are on, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
But they low-key started it, though.
Right, so, correct.
It was a standard.
However, they've done the work to change that. Where you have women that can main event WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. You have 2 black women main eventing WrestleMania. Like, they're changing the narrative. And I can respect that. And it's not to say that AEW won't eventually get there, because that's the whole, that's the thing. Like, they only been around 3 years, 4 years. So, they need time.
They need creative. I mean, Japan was one of the first to, like, really do all this women stuff, like, on some next level shit. But
some hard hitting shit, some strong style shit.
Some strong style shit. But even they haven't, like, brought it together. Mm-hmm. Like, New Japan is, and I told them wrong, isn't it all men? And they have their women.
Oh, don't they have what's it called? I don't want to say
Stardom.
Stardom.
It's this.
Okay, yeah.
But then they have Shimmer.
Name.
They have all these other things. But the thing about it, it's not together. Shimmer's in America.
The States, yeah.
But, like, Stardom in general, but it's like, it's not together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, listen.
It's
a
process.
work in process.
And it's a process of seeing more black people, more people of color doing stuff. Like, even the Latino community is, like, constantly putting these stupid ass fucking like gimmicks. Like the what's his face? What's these guys' names?
Mexico?
Yeah, like
no.
What's it? Los.
You talking about
the Kiss Cam?
The Kiss Cam niggas? Yeah.
Yeah, but
you know what's crazy? And y'all know how I feel about Spanish niggas. I actually like them together.
No, they work well together.
Like,
but why?
And you know what's so funny? Mikey has said that. They said, "Yo, 1 minute they want to push them, next minute they don't," and I was like, But
the thing about it for me is, like, why does, when you're a Hispanic wrestler, you can only be
a Romeo type character,
a Romeo Santos kind of
Santos,
or you're like a stereotypical like thief and stuff like that. Like, there's no more to like, that's why I love the guys on NXT.
Oh, I love Legado del Fantasma.
I can't pronounce that's why I don't say it.
Fantasma?
Legado del Fantasma. That's hilarious. Because that's like how they say Andrade's name wrong all the fucking time. Only one that says it right is Excalibur. Everyone else chops that fucker's name. And they just say Ido. And I just be like, so tight. But no, I love Andrade El Idolo. Like, it's not hard. Like, at all. But I love what they do on NXT.
Yeah, because it feels like they're embracing their Latino culture, but at the same time, they're being themselves.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't, like, for me, and I'm ignorant to that stuff, but you get older, you're like, yo, there's more to Latin wrestlers than just being luchadors.
Yeah.
I mean, all I know is Latin wrestlers.
All you know is Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though.
And Eddie Guerrero.
But that's the problem, though, because there's more to that.
Chavo,
Eddie, but it's...
Ooh, shout out to Outlaw. They having Chavo versus Homicide.
Homicide's a hood nigga. He lying.
Oh, Kingston?
Yeah. But then there's more to it. Like, for instance, Red is Puerto Rican. The Spanish announce table team, they're Puerto Rican dudes.
Damian Priest,
Puerto Rican.
Did you see that Thickums picture?
You never seen
that?
A
Punishment Martinez? No, I never seen that.
Oh.
That looked like a whole different person.
Well, yeah, he got depressed.
Holy shit.
Depression's a hell of a drug, B.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, but that was wild. I was like, whoa, that's like night and day. But all right, let's talk about. Oh, before we talk about this week in wrestling, did y'all hear that Bray out here putting his dick on the table and asking for like an astronomical amount of money from either company?
From where?
From either AEW or WWE.
Bray Wyatt?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, his value.
He's in contact with WWE again?
I think so, yeah. I think he gave a number. Especially, I think he gave a number to AEW, and I think Tony was like, I don't know. But
Because he don't look at the number and say that I should give Cody that.
yeah, totally can hear you on a mic. Totally. But yeah, apparently that's the kind of rumor going around.
Well, the thing is, he commands a lot of money.
Well, yeah,
Because
merch
his
alone.
merch sells. His merch sells.
Merch alone.
And he's
ridiculous.
like this massive creative person.
Yeah.
I don't. But the thing is, I wouldn't pay him a lot though, because I already have a roster.
It's like having a cruise ship that's at capacity, and if you just put one more nigga on, that whole boat going down.
But it's on both sides though.
Yeah.
Because it's like this. I go to AEW. Tony pays him. Let's say he's paying him $3 million a year. Let's just say, right?
Excuse me.
I'm not gonna use you every week, so I'm wasting $3 million a year on you.
You know what? Now that you kind of said that, that makes sense of who's on TV every week. Because they getting paid a lot, and he might as well use them.
Yeah,
That
so
makes
I'm
sense.
not gonna be able to use you. Where am I gonna put you? Then
Where are you gonna?
Then
Where you gonna put the niggas you use now?
then WWE is like, yo, I'm paying you $3 million a year, and I know you're difficult to work with from what they're saying. I don't know if it's true,
Yeah.
but I'm not dealing with this shit, and I gotta pay you $3 million a year, $4 million a year.
Why am I stressing myself out?
Exactly.
It's just
I got
too
two
much.
dudes that's like half your price. I can put them in a feud.
That could be consistent.
Yeah,
And not cause me stress.
It's not causing me stress. But I understand him on his side. He's like, yo, this business has like drained me.
Yeah.
So y'all better pay me.
That's a bar.
So that's, you know what I mean? So I think that's why. And I'm never mad at people trying to get their money, get their
No,
worth.
not at all.
But
Like that's and I think once again that's a sign most fans don't understand or see is the business side of it. And where when you get a contract, you listen, anybody, whether it's professional wrestling, whether it's regular life, if you get a contract for anything, you have somebody look over that shit. Don't sign some shit that you don't know nothing about, because that's where a lot of people, whether it's in the rap game, whether it's in whatever it is, so that's where you fuck up. It's like you don't have somebody legally being able to look over that shit and seeing what's the good things and what's the bad things, what things you can be negotiated, what things can't be negotiated. What happened? Oh. Nigga got a bladder like an old lady over here. But all right, this week in wrestling, how do we feel about this unification tag team championship match that's happening at WrestleMania Backlash?
I'm all for it.
Me too.
I'm all for the bloodline.
All for the bloodline, huh?
Give them all the gold.
Do you think that's gonna happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give them all the gold.
To do what then?
Go to NXT and take go to
No, that's obnoxious, and I really don't want that shit. Stay where you at.
So you think that Roman should go after all the singles titles then?
No, I think Roman should just be Roman Reigns. And
But do you okay?
Nah.
They should go to NXT.
he should not.
They should really dead ass just pull up at NXT for his cousin's match. Like all three of them just pop up.
Yo, because I was watching the clip from NXT this past week of when Cameron Grimes came in and accepted Carmelo's
Challenge?
challenge or whatever. And then then Uso came out of nowhere, fucking Samoan dropping everybody and shit, and said, "I'm next." I'm sitting here like, he looks like he's a thicker version of these niggas, and it's wild.
That's a
And
younger brother,
sounds just like them all. Like, it's like,
That's younger
what the
brother,
fuck?
right?
I don't know if he's I mean, I
probably
do
is.
believe so, but I'm not 100%
That's a
sure.
younger brother.
But also on SmackDown, let's talk about SmackDown a little bit. Listen.
Shout out to Joe Kim.
Charlotte Flair out here making Drew Gulak tap.
That was the first time we saw intergender match. On
Correct.
We saw an intergender
Yo,
match.
I
for the
don't
first
think
time on
niggas
WWE
understood
TV.
how hype I was from that shit.
What
Cause
match?
first of all, Drew
Intergender. Can you put,
first of all,
put Drew Gulak in
Drew
in
Gulak is one of the talented ass niggas that they have cruiserweight level side.
He's nice.
Absolutely.
He was champion, right?
So yes. So for him to be in a good old suit, and Charlotte put him in a figure 8, and that nigga was tapping, and then she said, "Oh, say I quit." like making him seem like he was Rhonda. I was like, this is great.
When is it called a figure 8?
Because she
raises up like an 8.
What was this
My
thing?
nigga, did you just? Was that a question you just realized now?
No, I realized it when I was watching SmackDown. They said this is a figure 8. I was like, nigga, what
They
is it?
been
because,
said that because she
raised
bridges.
up. Yeah, she bridges. Yeah.
It's a figure 4.
My nigga, it's a figure 8. Leave it be.
Because she goes right back down.
No.
Well, she went back down and then got back all the way up.
Yeah.
And then she came back down.
Well, eventually you got to get down to get out of the damn move.
Come on, son. It's a figure 4, B. It's just want to switch shit
So
up.
what we call it? The
My
modified
nigga,
figure 8?
it's been the figure 8.
For
I
years.
never knew it was a figure 8. And so when they said it last, I was like, nigga, what?
What you thought it was?
The figure 4.
So, like, what she does?
But
like,
when have you ever seen Ric Flair elevate off the floor to do a figure 4?
No. Bump that. Name a person who ever did that.
I'm saying it.
No, answer the question.
Nobody's ever done it. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that I was just like, oh, she just doing her. She's trying to add some zone to her thing.
My nigga, she's been doing that.
I know she's been doing that move for a minute,
Like the
but I
beginning.
never knew they called it a figure 8.
Were you not paying attention?
No,
all
they
the
be
time?
calling it. They call it a figure 4. It was
No,
last night.
they
called-
don't. They call it a
Whatever.
figure 8 every time. Yo, he's wild right now for this. It's been a figure 8 forever. It's like, I don't know what you've been listening.
At first, she did it a figure 4 at first.
Well, when you do the figure 4, you're on the floor.
Yeah.
That's a figure 4. Fine.
Yeah.
But whenever she bridges, it's a figure 8.
The figure 8. Yeah.
Like Michael Cole puts that shit over every time.
The figure 8. The figure 8.
Oh, maybe I'm
This
not
nigga
paying
was
attention.
lost. Yeah, clearly not. Clearly you're not paying attention. For the past, 5-6 years?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, fuck?
The figure 8.
Nigga from NXT. Like, what are we doing
I'm
here?
surprised that went over your head.
Yo, phew. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm surprised.
That's hilarious.
She was a figure 4 to me. Still a figure 4. Whatever.
Not though.
she bridges.
I'm intrigued that the crowd really takes Madcap Moss. Like the pop he got, I was like, whoa.
Why do you like Mad Cosmos?
I mean, I like the look. I
think
think
that's
him
what it
being
is?
a face, I think it fits him. I think every time they've wanted to push him, even when he was in NXT, he got injured.
Yo, shout out to
So,
happy
that didn't
birthdays
help.
to my guy Vince Staples.
There was a lot of
Vince
birthdays
Steele.
this past
Last
week.
time.
Shout out to Vince, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Vince Steele.
Savannah's birthday
So-
had passed.
Shout out to Savannah Evans.
It was a lot of birthdays. Yas' birthday passed. Danny's birthday had passed. So shout out to all the Aries. Peter's birthday passed.
Peter, yeah. Shout out to Peter Gonzalez.
We Are Wrestling May 26th, I believe. It's a Sunday. This is next show. I don't know the date. Exactly.
Jay Lethal. Yep.
Yes. So
Lethal Pipe.
anyone that trains and wants to go to the seminar for Jay Lethal, it's $40 a person. You can contact Peter Rosado for more information
Where's it
from
gonna be
Your
at?
Sports in Richfield Park. So I believe the seminar is from 11 to 1. It's $40. It's Jay Lethal. Listen, I have my own opinion, but listen, I definitely think it's worth going.
It's Jay Lethal.
Yeah. So, but what else this week in wrestling? Ezekiel is not Elias.
We all knew that already.
Yeah. Duh.
Duh.
Kevin Owens, man. Like
Yo, Kevin Owens. Yo, first off, Seth fucking Rollins telling Kevin Owens, get your fat ass back in that ring.
classic.
I said, oh my God.
That's why Steph Sounds one of the best.
I said, oh, he body shaming on national TV.
I'm surprised that no one.
Yo, and then Kevin Owens said, fuck that. It's your match.
Oh.
They bleeped it out. He was like, fuck this.
How you guys feel about Hangman putting the crown on the barbed wire on top of Adam Page?
I didn't.
I don't really.
It didn't bother me.
Personally, I actually I didn't watch it, so I didn't even know until people started saying it. Because then everybody was comparing it to when Taker put Stephanie on the cross, and all type of shit on Hell in a Cell on a Sunday. I was sitting here like, are we really doing this?
You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
Niggas said that on the internet.
Someone did said it's just like putting Hell in a Cell on Sunday. That's,
Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah. It's like, what?
You didn't say
I
that.
don't think it's not that.
I mean,
You didn't say that. He didn't say
not that
that.
serious.
yo, niggas said that on the internet. They was
He
like,
said,
it's like, yo, it's like Hell in a Cell on a Sunday. Like, that's disrespectful. I was just like,
It's not
I
that
mean,
serious.
it's so you know what it
So you
is.
shouldn't watch wrestling then.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
At this point,
at that point,
you shouldn't watch.
you gotta
wrestling
let it
then.
go. No, but the thing though
So
is
now
like,
niggas want to be holy.
I mean, it was a holy week, so just saying.
Why would you do that? You put the crown on the top of his head.
I will say though, when they did Stephanie on the cross, it wasn't around a holiday. I will say that.
Or WWE went like.
They put Steve on the cross.
And it wasn't on a holiday.
But at the end of the day,
Still someone
who
on the
cares?
But the thing, though, you got to remember, it goes back to what we talked about last week with the merger of Warner and Discovery. There's going to be certain
Some
things that's
guy
going to rub niggas the wrong way.
I'm like some guy who like AEW, like he's not marketing. He emailed every person he does business with, like marketing for the channel, the whole pizza cuts. I mean, on the pizza slider thingamajiggy.
Oh, they still butthurt about that
still
shit.
on that, son.
Still
Some
on that
guy,
shit.
yeah.
So So
He
that's
went
why
on
the
sponsor's
I didn't even
opinion.
think. I don't give a fuck about that.
I mean, I didn't think about it because I saw it this way: you put it on top of his head and you do a move to top of his head for more damage.
I just
it's
saw
just
that,
the act of, I guess. I
I
don't
just saw
know.
that he's paying for his sins.
Wow, that was deep.
'Cause his
Wow.
sins were against him.
Okay, you just storyline in itself. Okay, we over here. That's your brother.
Yeah. I
So I will say, them opening with Goldust and CM Punk, I did like that. I like that a lot, and they wrestled, and they told a story in the ring, and I appreciated that.
Of course.
How are we gonna feel? How are fans gonna feel if CM Punk takes that title off of Hangman?
It's not a big deal because Hangman's having a lackluster.
But I'm saying those that are diehard and they got a champion that they believe in. If CM Punk gets that 1, 2, 3, is that gonna really hit for everybody?
Well, why is CM Punk there? To not be champion?
I don't fucking
Yo,
know.
that's what everyone says.
I don't fucking know.
They said how if you're not trying to be champion in this business, what's the point?
Exactly. That's why Cody went to WWE.
Shut up.
Because he wants to be champion.
I actually really, if I get a chance to be him again, I really want to ask him, like, so whose idea was it to not go for a title shot
It was
after
his.
that match, and why?
It was his idea.
So no, but I just want him to be like,
He
I just
regrets
want
it.
him to tell me, like, sis,
He regrets it. He said
I didn't mean to do that. So I'm like, but they're teasing Hangman Page versus CM Punk. I'm gonna assume probably for Double or Nothing.
Where's Double or
But
Nothing?
that
Is it
makes
in
sense. I think
Vegas?
it's in Vegas. But that makes sense if he. You want to go Double or Nothing?
We'll see.
I'll go if you go. That'll be. I'll break my AEW sabbatical if you want to go to Double or Nothing. I'll put that on the table for you.
AEW what?
Sabbatical. I took a sabbatical from going to AEW events after the shit they did
What
with
does that
Swole.
mean? So
Sabbatical is when you take time off. You don't do it. You don't entertain it. So like if you ever hear people take like a sabbatical from work, it's because they're either like mentally drained or like something's going on where they're just taking a break from the job. So yeah. So I will break my sabbatical for you if you want to go. The Double or Nothing. Just about almost. But that would make sense if they put the title on him because then the next show they have is the one at the United Center. So
But they talking about like the one thing that I see like I understand why certain people is front and center when it comes to like selling merchandise to AEW is because you try to get those lingering fans who kind of tied to WWE. So having CM Punk as a champion might be good.
No, it works. It works. He's their top draw.
Good. Yeah.
So let's take it another
I
step
don't
further.
like CM Punk, but he's their top draw.
Fair. Let's take it a step further. Let's say they put a title on him. Then who does he drop it to? Do we go back to the MJF?
MJF.
Yeah.
Or do we do something else?
You go back to MJF.
NJF.
Okay. That's the only, but see, that's where I get frustrated sometimes. It's just like, there's only one way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I would rather it be, so like, think of it like with Roman. It's so unpredictable of who he would drop the title to. Like, you wouldn't know. There's so many lanes you can go.
Cody.
Shut up. So many lanes you could go with that.
There's no other lanes you can
Shut
go.
up.
He's losing it to
Before
Cody.
Cody was even in that conversation, so many ways that could have went down.
He's losing it to Cody. That's what
I'm not
so-
saying that that's not
so-
true. I'm just saying. But my thing though is that what sometimes they do it actually a lot is they'll put themselves in this particular corner, and that's the only way to go. Like that's the one way. And I
mean, there's ways around everything.
I would
It's a
prefer
storyline.
right, but there it goes. And that you know what? As much as I say AEW does, I mean WWE does it too, but they pick and choose what they want to like invest storylines in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm invested in the MJF Warlord thing. I'm invested in that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the only thing I am invested in, low key. But I like the Danhausen Hook thing. I ain't gonna hold you on that.
It's fun.
Yeah,
You think that they should be a tag team?
I kind of cool with that. No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm invested in the Wheeler, Blackpool, England
Me
shit.
too.
I'm invested in that.
Or some Willow? You
Can't cut a promo.
But see but in me saying that though, is that I have a hard time being invested in that and who's supposed to be their face of their company, which is their champion. That's where we are with that, and it's wild.
Because people don't like good guys.
I guess sometimes. What else this week in wrestling? I love the shit they're doing with Braun Breaker and Gacy.
Oh, kidnapping his pop?
He fucking he
Yeah.
he kidnapped Papa Steiner, then stole the ring, then said I want a title match, and the only way you get the ring back is giving me a title match. Then he pushed him off the ledge. He said you gotta take a leap of faith and push the nigga. I said, oh my God, we got serious. But I was invested in that. I was like, that's the way to go about it. Even the little cowboy chick and the Spanish chick from Escobar, no. It's always, they got on-site beef. It's weird.
I love it.
But I love it. It's like, it's like 1 week she shoved her, next week she came out, she came from behind her and pushed her. So,
It's building up to a great match. I'm looking forward to that.
but
too.
see, but that's what I can appreciate. With even the Wendy girl, they got her trickling into that title picture. So like they do a lot, but those are like for me, those are the things I can enjoy as a wrestling fan.
Did you guys read the article that Triple H was in?
No, what he said about
No.
the NXT talent.
So he said a lot of good things, and like I kind of love the fact that
He was honest.
yeah. So he spoke about the
what
release.
Tripp said.
He talked. I forgot which article about. I think it was
Trips.
Athletic or whatever. He spoke about the releases. He was like, "Yo, it's a small pool of people that got released." He was like, "The NFL releases like about 55,000 plus people a year." Like, what are we talking about? Also talked about what NXT 2.0. He's like, we went back to what it was before.
Correct, and we said that.
We did.
That's what
We
it was
said that.
supposed to be. You're not supposed to be in NXT your whole entire career. You're supposed to be there like 2 or 3 years, then you move on. Then you move on. He spoke about that. He's like, all the guys that went to AEW, I still talk to them to this day. It's not an issue. This is
Yeah,
good.
it's no beef. It's business.
This is good.
You got to do what you got to do for your own selves.
This is good. This is good stuff for the business.
And it's not
Thank
to
you.
say that the doors, and that's the thing too, the door's not always closed.
And he said that. He's like, either they come back.
Because
or
there
they
was
don't.
rumors, I don't know how true or not, because I had a rumor swept past me that WWE now wants to reach out to FTR again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
but you have to
huh?
understand, it's all
Makes
about
sense.
creating your value, upping your price.
They're building yourself up to now you're like, oh, how do we
When the contract's
utilize
over
this?
soon.
I don't know what they I don't know what they do.
Everybody want a lot of people to WWE. I'm looking like
No, I just
Who?
I want
internet.
I want
Oh, they want
people
Moxley to go back to WWE.
I want people. No, he's actually fine where he is. There's certain people where
He wants to bleed.
that environment is okay. Yeah, like I wouldn't go back because then it's like if he goes back to do then what? You know what I mean? It's like one of those like
Shield reunion.
For like the 500
WrestleMania 40.
He said if the check is right, they'll go.
But everybody says that though, so that's why I never like. I'm not surprised at a lot of things in wrestling anymore because it's like if the dollar bills. If Ken Broadway says it best, if it don't make dollars, it don't
It
make
don't
sense.
make sense.
That's just what it is. Like, so I truly believe if they gave him enough money, he would go.
Everybody give enough money, they'll go.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
$2 million for like 2 years.
I think he gets paid more than that now.
Who do you guys think? And we'll talk about it a little bit more as we close the show. Who do you guys think will be, if anything, the next person to go from AEW to WWE?
MJF, Wardlow. Who else? I can see Swerve coming back.
A little bit.
I can genuinely see Swerve.
A little bit, but the only thing I feel like that holds me back is him wanting to do the music, him wanting to do like the stuff outside of wrestling in the ring.
But they've allowed that now.
Right. So that's why that third party shit was a game changer, because a lot of people were like, I don't want to do, I don't want to stay because I make more money doing my own shit outside of the ring type of thing too. So it's interesting. But he gives, you know what it is though? Shane's always giving me like, I love the indies, and this is like, I can create my own here. Like, I don't know. Like, I always felt like the E was cool. Like, NXT was cool, but it was almost like there was a ceiling that I felt like he hit, and it was just like, unless we gone, yeah, I was like, unless we gone, yeah. And it, Hit Row has so much potential. Shit.
Oh, speaking of Hit Row.
Oh, yeah. That's happening.
Yeah.
What else happened this week before we wrap up? What else on Dynamite that they did? Oh, your boy in a coffin match was, I don't know what it is, but when that nigga does the coffin matches, I'm locked in.
That's his coffin, like,
not gonna hold you.
Match. You don't know.
Do I agree that once again Andrade think he's a prime example if he thought the grass was green on the other side and it ain't, because that nigga keep losing every which way.
Yeah, true.
Every which way. They don't use that nigga for nothing.
True. He just goes backstage and says, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Like, I be feeling so bad. I be like, the fuck? I'm like, what are you doing? It was a good match. That's why I was like,
Andrade knows how to wrestle.
But it wasn't that type of like, first of all, pop Sting.
Pop.
Out here with the sweats and the sneakers. Fan. That nigga said.
I really thought it was a real fan.
He was sitting in the crowd with the fucking Sting mask.
I was like, all right, whatever. Then
and it was Sting.
Mask. I said,
he's done it before. It's when he does that shit is cool.
Yeah.
That shit is dope.
That's
his creative,
thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else is going on, or anything that's coming up. I did like that Bianca. The fine was $1 thing. I thought that was cute.
It's still a fine.
It's little things. Returning on Live finally. Yeah, COVID just delayed that. What else? I mean, once again, WrestleMania Backlash at Legends. Let me give you the right date before I guess the lion. Because I hate that. May 8th, which is also Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers. So we'll be at Legends for that. And then, I think it's the 28th then. It's the Saturday. Double or Nothing. Oh, they're doing the Sunday. Oh, one of them days. We'll be at Legends at the end of the month for Double or Nothing. But yeah, I mean, other than that, what else is going on? This is about it. Wrestling be kind of like, it's the calm before the storm, I guess, because summertime is going to hit. Because, they got the United Center in June, and then WWE has the UK in September. And then, eventually they'll go back to Saudi right after that. So, summertime is where it kind of picks up. And I think, SummerSlam is going to be very interesting this year. Actually, I think Money in the Bank, that I'm intrigued to go to more than anything, actually.
Tennessee?
For SummerSlam, yeah. But Money in the Bank's in Vegas.
Oh, they do a double?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
2 in 1 month. Both stadiums.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's wild out here in these streets.
WWE was getting money.
Money. But anyway, guys, thank you guys once again so much for joining us this week. Once again, thank you for anyone that did come out for Battle Club Pros Women Crush Wednesday 2. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and all social media. We have a few cool more interviews coming up this month. So stay tuned for that. And also, I will be on Ringside Society tomorrow. So look out for that interview. Shout out to boys doing their hard work, their due diligence. They're trying to get all of us in a row. So looking forward to doing that. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black. Hashtag Black Excellence.
So we got the hands in motion. If you go with rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes and Noble.